guys, welcome to another episode of the West Virginia Trail Riding Series. If you haven't checked out the previous episodes, it's a good idea to head on over to the channel and do that so you've got an idea of what's been going on. We just got off another trail, number 77 on the Bearwallow system, which was a black trail. That was a lot of fun. And now we're going up Trail 50, which is also a black trail. We haven't been up this one yet, so we're not sure what lies ahead here. But if one thing's for sure around here, every trail is a good trail. Whether it's difficult or scenic, it's always a good time. You'll never be bored out here. There is no bad trail to go down. So stay tuned and we'll see what lies ahead.
Let's see what's up next. This trail's just starting. It's pretty long. Those are always good. That's 53. We want to go this way.
Black.
Yes, this is black. That's 53. We're on 50.
50 right there. This is 53. This is 50.
Oh. 50. I didn't see the other sign. Thanks.
As you guys saw, this trail is marked double black. A little bit of a spoiler, but this trail isn't really intense. It's gonna just be more of a POV, front and rear camera view trail. It's very scenic. There's some nice sections. It's definitely worth going down, but it will not push the bar like some of the other double black trails. If you've been watching the videos for a while now, you'll probably have figured out that Ksenia's sense of direction is actually better than mine. She is an awesome co-pilot. She's great at reading the map, and she always knows which way we should be going. Even though I know that, I'm just a typical man, and I will never admit that to her. But most of the times when I think I'm right, I end up being wrong, and she's right, so I'll give her the credit where the credit is due.
Nice long climb. You can see everyone down there.
As we've touched on in previous videos, the distance of these climbs, how long some of these uphill and downhill sections are, is really what makes these trails so much fun and very unique in comparison to a lot of the other areas you'll ride, because you're literally riding up and down the sides of mountains here. So you can be doing a climb for 4 or 5 minutes non-stop, and then it's followed by a descent for another 4 or 5 minutes, and it's just really cool. I know some of the content is a little bit slower paced here, but my goal here is to show you guys what you should realistically expect when you come out riding here. The Hatfield McCoy trails by a lot of the locals are more or less called the tourist trails. It's not difficult section after difficult section. There's a lot of filler in between, moderate stuff, high speed, easier stuff. It's just a ton of fun. You're not gonna get just intense climb after intense climb here, and the reality of the situation is most people don't actually want to go out and, you know, destroy their machines. They want to go out and cover some ground and see some nice scenery and enjoy a good time with their friends without destroying their machines and their bodies. when we slowed down there a moment ago, you probably heard me saying something about the interesting critters. When you're going first and a lot of people haven't been down these trails and you're cutting through spider webs and all sorts of stuff here, there is some huge spiders out here and some really weird looking bugs. We ran into quite a few arachnoids. I love spiders, I still don't want them crawling all over me though. If you want to keep that stuff off you, then a full windshield is beneficial, but I hate running with a full windshield in this temperature. It's way too hot, and I like feeling outside. I like the breeze going through the cabin. I find it really enjoyable. Some of these trails like this one, you just have this urge to really lay into it. If you've got a newer machine with big tires and big suspension, then it just soaks up all these bumps and it's a ton of fun. With that being said though, please remember these are two-way trails, and if you don't know the trails, then there's a lot of sharp switchbacks and corners. You overshoot a corner here, it is not forgiving. You are literally driving off the side of a mountain potentially. So be respectful to that. In previous videos in previous years, we did travel a little faster on these trails than we probably should have, and we did get called out on it, so we have changed our approach. So my apologies for the maybe disrespectful behavior in the past, but I mean, you live, you learn, and I mean, I'm trying to pass on the message here. So if you are out here, you know, be respectful to the other people on the trails. One more thing to note is that although the trails here are marked very well and mapped very well, and they all have difficulty ratings like black and blue and green, sometimes the black trails are a little bit easier than the blue trails, and sometimes the blue trails are, you know, a little bit harder than you'd expect them to be. These trail conditions change from season to season, and with weather and wind and how many people run them, obviously the trails erode. My understanding is that the black trails don't get maintained as often, so as the season progresses and the weather takes a toll on them, they degrade and they get harder and harder, whereas the green and blue trails are maintained at a specific kind of difficulty level and maintained because they're more of a trail system that's meant for every user, whereas the black trails come with the warning signs that, you know, like you should be prepared for potential carnage. You might need a winch, you might need to push the bar a little bit, so do keep that in mind when you're on these trails. If you really don't want to push the limits, or if you're running alone or just with one other person, maybe it's not a great idea to go on the black trail and risk rolling over. Maybe it's a better idea to stick to some of the easier trails. So just keep that in mind if it's your first time. I hope you guys enjoyed this POV real-time view of Trail 50 here. This is kind of how it looks when you're riding it. No edits. This was just kind of a raw cut. This is what you see is what you get on this trail. Stay tuned, the next couple videos are going to be a lot more technical. We've got some really good up and down sections on some more black trails, so you'll really enjoy those. This one was more laid back. Anyways, follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, subscribe to the channel, and ride safe out there, guys. We'll see you in the next video.